So let's come into our seated position. You can sit up on a blanket. And then let's just start to slow down. Relax your shoulders back and down. Relax your temples, soften your jaw. Just start to follow your breath. Watch the breath come in and watch it come out. Just continue to witness the breath as it flows in through the nose and out through the nose. And let's take a nice deep breath into the count of 4. So breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold it. 2, 3, 4, exhale. Hold it here. And let's do that again. Big breath in. Hold it. Gently release. Hold it at the bottom. And one more time through. Inhale. Hold it. Gently exhale. Hold it at the bottom. And then just let your breath flow naturally in and out, just for now. All right, now take your hands on your belly. We're going to just continue to watch our breath. So watch the breath as you inhale. Just relax the belly. Now as you exhale, feel the belly draw in and up towards your spine. So really feel the abdominals working and engaging. Inhale, relax. Exhale. Feel the belly draw in and up. And then do that again. Inhale, just let everything go. Relax it. And exhale, draw in and up. Okay. Now we're going to take our hands down a little bit further down to feel our pubic bone. So it's kind of right below the belly button. It's kind of that hard shell that you're going to feel. Then we're going to take a breath in and just feel that relax. And as you exhale, we're going to take the tailbone toward the pubic bone. So kind of feel how that feels. Inhale, just let everything relax. Relax the pelvic floor. Inhale, now take the tailbone towards your pubic bone. And then we're still going to take the navel in toward the spine. So you can do both at the same time. Inhale, relax. Exhale, tailbone reaches toward the pubic bone. We're lifting the pelvic floor. Inhale and relax. So you see how the abdominals and the pelvic floor work together here. Let's do that one more time. Exhale. Feel the tailbone drawing toward the pubic bone. And then inhale and relax. Then you can just take your hands back onto your legs for a breath and sit here. All right, now we're going to come into child's pose. So you can take your knees wide. Take your tailbone towards your heels. And if you need to, you can always put a blanket right here between the legs. And reach your arms out. Okay, so we're gonna do that same breathing exercise. So we're gonna inhale, soften everything. And exhale, take your pubic bone towards your, take your tailbone towards your pubic bone and draw your navel in and up. Inhale, just relax everything. Exhale. Tailbone presses toward the pubic bone. Feel it, so you're going to feel your tailbone getting longer, right? We're lengthening, engaging the pelvic floor. And then inhale, just relax. Let's do that 2 more times. Exhale. Tailbone presses toward the pubic bone. Inhale. Just let everything go. And one more time. Exhale. And inhale. And then come up onto your hands and knees. So let's take our right foot forward. We're going to come into a lunge. You can put a blanket under your knee if you want to. We want to take the front leg far enough that we're able to open up the hip flexor. You can just have your hands on your leg for right now. So right now we're trying to feel the stretch here. All right, then you can take your hands on your belly again. Just on your belly. We're going to inhale, relax everything. Exhale, feel the navel draw in and up as we take the tailbone toward the pubic bone, but also toward the front heel. Inhale, just relax. Exhale, draw the navel in and up. Inhale, relax. And exhale, draw the navel in and up. Pubic bone presses up toward the tailbone presses up toward the pubic bone. All right, let's switch sides. Okay, so same thing. We want this front knee over the ankle, and we want it far enough. So you want your stance far enough away that we're opening up the right psoas, hip flexor. All right. Inhale, feel the hip flexor start to open. And then if you want, you can take your hands back on your belly. Take a breath in and exhale. Draw the navel in and up. Tailbone presses up toward the pubic bone. And then we're even trying to hug the legs in toward each other. Inhale, exhale. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. All right, let's switch sides again. Come on down. Set up. Hold your knee over your ankle. You want it far enough that we're opening up the left psoas. And this time, if you want to, you can reach your arms overhead. So we'll start getting into the upper attachment of the psoas. Inhale, exhale. Draw the navel in up toward the spine, and then feel the tailbone reaching toward the pubic bone. And we start to feel the hip flexor open a little bit more. One more breath. Inhale, relax. Exhale, engage. And then let's switch sides. So set up first in our lunge. We want the front foot forward enough that we're going to feel the stretch here. And then if you want, you can reach your arms up and overhead. Lily just got her toy. Inhale, engage, relax. Exhale, engage. Draw the navel in towards your spine. Inhale, let everything go. Exhale, hug. Feel like you're hugging your legs in toward each other. We're going to do a lot of that today as well. And then release. And then come on down. All right, so from here, turn your toes under. We're going to lift into downward facing dog with your heels high, knees bent. Wiggle your chest to your thigh, spread your fingers wide. Spread your knees, keep your spine long. Take your tail a little bit higher. Now look towards your hands and walk your feet and your hands together. And then we're going to come all the way up. You can take your hands on your hips and come up. Just come up to standing. All right, so we're going to today we're going to use a blanket if you have one. You can use a towel, really anything. It's kind of like going to roll up easily, or even a pillow, small pillow. And we're going to take the blanket between our legs. So we do this a lot with a block. We're going to do it today with a blanket. So feet are hip distance. We want our feet into Dasana, or we're into Dasana. We want our feet hip distance. We want to engage the legs. And then we're going to try to press and really hug the legs in toward each other. Draw the tailbone toward the pubic bone. And draw the navel in toward your spine. Float the shoulders down. And the crown of the head will rise up toward the sky. Now inhale, just relax everything. Exhale. Engage the legs. Take the tailbone toward the pubic bone. Take the belly button in and up toward your spine. Inhale, let everything go. One more time. Exhale, try to take your thighs back, like you're drawing your thighs into this blanket. We're trying to push the blanket out behind us. And then inhale, and just let that go. All right, so now from here, we're just gonna come into down dog. So come forward, and come back into your down dog, up on your tippy toes. So if down dog doesn't work for you, you can use your chair. Make sure it's on your mat. You can come into a down dog like this. You can go down dog at your wall. Wherever you are, we're up on our tippy toes, and we're trying to take that blanket back, just like we did in Tadasana. Inhale, relax everything. Exhale. Take the inner thighs into your blanket. Try to shoot that blanket out behind you. Inhale. Exhale, engage. Draw the navel in and up. All right. Now from here, shift forward to plank. So everything's in one line. So we're hugging into that blanket. Inhale. You can always put your knees down. Exhale, hug in. Draw the navel in and up. And release. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale, release. And one more time. Exhale. Hug into your blanket. Engage your abdominals. Push the floor away. And then come on down onto your knees and just press back to child's pose. Take a couple breaths here. Okay. Come on back up on your hands and knees, and then back into down dog. So we're up on our tippy toes again. Inhale, exhale, squeeze into your blanket. Draw your navel in and up. Inhale, release. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale, release. And exhale one more time, hug it in. And then we're gonna come back into plank. So shifting forward, knees are on or off the floor. Inhale, hug in. Draw your navel in and up. Actually, we did it on the exhale. So exhale here. Inhale again, relax. And then exhale, hug everything in. Inhale. Don't be afraid to put your knees down. Put the knees down if you need to. Exhale, hug it in. All right, and then press back to child's pose again. Just place your knees down. And then come on back onto your hands and knees. You can put your blanket aside for right now. Come back to down dog. And stay here for a couple breaths without the blanket. So now you can lower your heels a little closer, but we still want that hugging in the internal rotation. Inhale, release. Exhale, hug it in. Now look towards your hands. Now walk your hands and feet toward each other. Stay here for a couple breaths. You can hold on to your opposite elbows. Let the crown of your head fall heavy. Right, breathe in. And as you exhale, just let everything go. One more breath in. And then exhale, let everything go. Take your hands onto your hips. And come all the way up. All right. So then now we're going to use a block. Again, you can use the blanket if that's all you have. That'll work fine. And we're going to use a wall if you have one nearby, a full wall. So we're going to take the block between our thighs, but we want to take it kind of on the widest height. And then we're going to just put our butts against the wall and the shoulders. And we're going to sit back. So we're going to sit back into the wall. So we're going to squeeze into the block. So we're working on this, really hugging, engaging the pelvic floor. Draw the navel in and up. Inhale, relax, release. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale, so you feel that. Inhale, release. Let's do that a couple more times. Exhale, hug into the block. Really squeeze the inner thighs in toward each other. Take your tailbone toward the pubic bone. And the belly button draws in and up. Inhale, release. And one more time. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale, release. And slowly start to come up. You can move the block out. And shake your legs out a little bit. All right. So let's keep the block. Now you can turn it a little on the thinner edge. We're going to just come into Ardha Uttanasana. You can do this at the wall, or you can do it with your chair. We're going to press our hands into the wall. We're pushing the wall away from us, and we're hugging in. Draw the navel in and up. Keep your ears in line with your arms. So we want we don't want the head to fall. We don't want it to fall through our arms. Inhale, release. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale, release. Exhale, hug in. All right, and then just walk a little closer to the wall and release. Put your block or blanket aside. So we're going to use the wall again. The chair is always an option. I'll demonstrate with the chair this time. But if you got the wall there, then use your wall. Take your right foot forward, left leg back. You want to be far enough away so you've got your arms are straight. We're drawing the right hip back, left hip forward. And then we're hugging in here. So there's no blanket there, but imagine that there's a blanket in the inner thighs. And we're going to take the tailbone toward the pubic bone and draw the navel in. Now inhale, release. Exhale, hug everything in. Draw that right hip back. Square off the hips. We're warming up the hamstrings. Inhale, release. Exhale, hug it in. And then switch legs. Bring the other foot forward. So now your left foot's forward, right leg's back. The same thing. Inhale, release. Exhale, hug. As if you're hugging your inner thighs into a blanket, like you're squeezing into a blanket. Engage your quadriceps. Inhale, and just let everything relax. Exhale, hug it in. Tailbone presses up toward the pubic bone. Navel draws in and up. Inhale, release. And one more. Exhale. Hug everything in. Inhale, release. And let's do that again on each side. So step the right foot forward. Left foot back. So we're really using the quads. I'm going to come to the wall this time. The quads to energize the legs. So we're drawing the quadriceps up, squaring off the hips. So we're pressing it right thigh bone, the right hip away, and then we're imagining we're squeezing into a blanket. Inhale, release. Exhale, engage your quads. Draw the quads up. Inhale, release. And we're really grounding down through both feet, especially the back foot. Exhale, engage. And then we'll switch sides. Left foot forward, right leg back. Engage the quadriceps. Inhale first, and then exhale, just engage. Draw that tailbone toward the pubic bone. Draw the navel in. Hug in. Inhale, release. Exhale. Engage the legs. Inhale, release. And one more. Exhale, hug in. Hug into that imaginary. So you're hinging from your hips. Your head is in line with your ears are in line with your, yes, are in line with your arms. Unless there's a reason you're not doing that, that's fine. All right, and then walk to the wall and then come out of that. Okay. So let's get our strap, and we're going to make a loop with a strap. We want the loop to be hip distance. And we're going to take it around our ankles. So right at the ankles, and you want it again so it's hip distance. So if your feet are too far apart, adjust it. Or you can tie if you don't have a buckle, you can just tie your strap. I do have a few extras, quite a few extras. I mean, I do have somebody that I want to keep, but if anybody is interested in one of these straps, let me know. I'll sell a couple. I do want to, eventually when we come back into live classes, I want to use them. All right, so we want our feet hip distance, and then we're going to sit back, like we're going to stick our butts back into chair pose. And right now you can just start with your hands on your hips. Now, exhale, we take the tailbone toward the pubic bone. Draw the navel in, and then we're pushing our ankles in to the strap. So you really feel the outer butts start to fire up. Hands can stay on your hips. Inhale, exhale. Tailbone toward the pubic bone. Keep the chest lifted. Press the ankles into your strap. One more breath. Inhale, exhale. So start to feel the gluteus medius engaging. And then come up for a breath. All right, so we're gonna do that again. We're gonna sit back into chair, keep the chest lifted. We're pressing our ankles into our strap, really trying to feel like we're trying to rip that strap. And then if it feels okay, you can take your arms out in front of your shoulders. Maybe sit a little bit lower. Press into your strap. Exhale. Tailbone presses toward the pubic bone. If you want, you can bring your arms up, even a little bit higher, maybe in line with your ears. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, relax everything, and then exhale, really engage. Notice how that feels, like we've been doing this all morning. We want to take that tailbone toward the pubic bone. And then inhale, let it go. And then come on up. Okay. So if you do have a wall nearby, you can just do, we're gonna do triangle. This is a different way. We've never done this before that I can remember. If you don't have the wall to do it, you can just take regular triangle. So you can have a block. Let me show you first. I'm gonna show this way. So we'll take the block, or you can put a blanket there. All right, we're gonna take the heel, and let's start with, I'm gonna start on my left foot so I can face you. So you can start on your left foot if you want. And then we're gonna come into triangle as if we would normally have our legs in triangle, except this heel's on the block and the toes are up the wall. All right. And then we're gonna walk the left hand up the wall. And we're gonna do that hugging in actions. Just inhale here, exhale, hug, and then engage the quads. And you can walk that arm up. And the right hand can just stay on your hip. Inhale, hug it in. Exhale, tailbone presses up. Navel engages toward the spine. And then carefully come out of that. And we'll switch sides. Now we'll take the right toes up the wall. And the heels on your block or your blanket. So we want triangle legs. So this back foot's even turning in. Square off your hips. So you start to feel the inner thigh engaging already. And then you can walk your hand up the wall. Like you're leaning into your triangle pose. We're going to start to feel the side body open. Inhale, release. Exhale, hug everything in. Tailbone reaches up and the navel draws in and up. One more breath. Inhale, exhale. And then just carefully step your legs together. Just coming out of that is harder than getting in. No, we don't have to do that one again. Okay. So now we're going to come into regular triangle with our block like we always do. So we'll take the block behind the front foot. You can start with our right foot forward, left foot back. Arms extend out. So we're going to inhale, really ground down through the feet. And we're going to reach over the front toes and with control, take your hand onto your block and the left hand can come onto your hip. Inhale, lengthen. Now we're going to take the tailbone toward the pubic bone. We're hugging it. We're still going to get that hugging in action of the inner thighs. Exhale. You can stack your top shoulder over the bottom. And then if you want to, you can extend your left arm up. Inhale, hug the inner thighs in toward each other. Engage the quadriceps. Draw your navel in and up. Inhale, release. Exhale, hug everything in. Inhale, release, and let's come up. And we'll switch sides. So left toes will point forward, right toes in and up. Arms extend out. Breath in. Exhale with control. We're going to reach over the front toes and take our hand onto our block. So the right hand can stay on your hip for right now. Inhale, release. Exhale, hug everything in. See if you can take your pubic bone toward the tailbone toward the pubic bone. Inhale. Exhale. Continue to breathe. Excuse me. Okay, keep on breathing. You know what to do. We're going to inhale, everything softens. Exhale. Hug it in. I lose my connection on my laptop every time. I don't know why. Thank God I don't with the iPad. All right, let's do that one more time. Inhale, release. Exhale, hug it in. Okay, and then release and just come on out of that. Step your feet together. Okay, so now there's some options here. We're going to use the wall again, but you can always use your chair. So let me demonstrate and then we'll do it together. So option to use the wall, we're going to take the strap. I'm going to start with my left foot so I can get face shoot. We're going to take our leg up the wall. And so the left foot's up the wall, right toes are pointing forward. And our shoulders and hips are. So we normally would do this in the middle of the room and we kind of hold onto our strap. So we got the wall here to help us, okay? And then you can take your arm out. So that's option one. Option two, well, I'm gonna just use that side because Lily's in my chair. So you can take your strap and you can take it on your foot on the chair, like that. And you can use your strap here. So same thing, arm can extend out. Or if it doesn't bother your hips, you can take it here. And arms extend out, all right? So let's all pick something. I can't see you here. So I'm gonna start with my left leg up the wall with my strap. I'm gonna take my leg up the wall. Don't worry about how high it gets. And then I'm gonna take my right arm out. And we're kind of pulling on the strap. That's why the strap is there. We're kind of pulling on the strap as we press into the wall. Inhale. Exhale, engage the quads. Take your tailbone toward the pubic bone. We're still hugging in here. One more breath. Inhale, release. Exhale, hug it all in. And then inhale, release, and bring your foot down. All right, so we're going to switch sides. All right. So now we're going to take the left foot up the wall, maybe up your chair, even if you have a table nearby. The right leg's up, the left toes are pointing forward. And you can keep your hand on your hip, or the arm can extend out. Inhale, tailbone toward the pubic bone. Draw your navel in. Press into your strap and pull your strap into your leg as you're pushing your leg into your wall. If you have a wall, inhale, release. Exhale, hug everything in. Lift the chest. Inhale, release. And one more. Exhale, hug it all in. And inhale and release. And then make your way off your prop, whatever that is. All right. So now we're going to do half moon. And you can do the same thing. We can use the wall. You can use your chair. You can just do it. If you don't have a wall nearby, I know some of you didn't. I think I saw some of you didn't have a wall. But we're going to start. We don't need the strap. Now we're not going to use the strap on. You know what? We're going to use the strap. So watch me first. We're going to take the left leg toward the wall and the right foot forward. And we've got our strap. If you're using the wall, we're going to bend into the front knee. We're going to take the strap around the left leg and take the leg into the wall. So our right toes are pointing toward our block. So we've got the block underneath our shoulder, and we've got the left leg up at the wall. And we're stacking the left shoulder over the right. Inhale, release. Exhale, engage your quads. Draw your tailbone towards your pubic bone. So lots of activity. We do this all the time. We're just really focusing on it a little bit more today. Inhale, release. Exhale, engage the quadriceps. Take the tailbone up. Take your navel in and up towards your spine. Release. One more time. Exhale. And then carefully, just bend your front knee. Take your foot down. And we're going to switch sides. So again, if you want to, you can use a chair. You don't have as much, you can't really press into your chair. That's why the wall's nice for this one, if you have it nearby. I know it's hard. I practice. If I don't do my practice here, I have to find walls. And the other, so we're going to be in triangle legs. And we're going to bend the front knee, bend into our knee, find our block. We're going to lift the right leg. We've got the right leg at the wall. We've got the strap here. And then we're going to draw the kneecaps up toward our quads. Inhale, release everything. Just relax. Exhale, engage. So if you can take your tailbone toward the pubic bone and the belly button in and up toward your spine. Inhale, release. Exhale, root down through both feet. Press the foot into the wall, press your foot into your strap, and then the strap into your foot. Everything's engaging. Inhale, release. Exhale one more time. See if you can engage the legs. I took something earlier. I don't know, it's not kicking in. All right, and then slowly come on out. And then just come into a downward facing dog. Just take down dog. Kind of release the spine. Okay. A couple more breaths. Maybe you can wiggle your feet, wiggle your hips. It should feel really good. Just to stretch that all out. Pretend you have the blanket there. So you're hugging into your blanket. Now look towards your hands. Walk your feet and your hands together. Come all the way up. I'm going to sneeze. Maybe not. Yes, I am. I guess I'm not. Okay. So we're going to come back to our wall or our chair. So I'll start with the chair. Excuse me. Sorry, you guys. I may not post this one. Okay. So we're in Ardha Uttanasana like we were a little earlier. Either at the wall or use your chair. Okay. Now we're gonna lift our right leg, and this is gonna come parallel, and lift it nice and slow. So the heel rises up, the pinky toe points down. Hold it here. Okay, again, keep your ears in line with your arms. And then we're gonna slowly lower that down. Okay, take a breath in, and as we exhale, lift the left heel. Now try not to let this left hip pop up. We want to keep the left hip parallel to the right. So that's where if you turn that pinky toe toward the floor, it tends to square off the hips. Imagine we have like a cup of water on our low back. And then we're going to inhale and lower the leg. So we're going to go through that a few times. All right. Nice and slow. So now I'm at the wall. So you can do either one or a counter. We're going to take a breath in. And as we exhale, slowly lift the leg. Inhale, slowly lower the leg. Use your breath. Exhale, lift the left. Hug it in. Imagine there's a blanket there. Inhale and lower. Exhale, right leg lifts. Inhale with control, lower the leg. And then left one. Exhale, lift. And then inhale, lower. Okay. So now we're going to, hold on, let's see if I can do this. If you don't have a wall, you can use your blanket, or probably a blanket, or your block. So I'm going to show you with we're going to come back with our strap with the loop. And if you don't have a loop, you can just hold on to your straps. We're going to take the left heel either up the wall or on your blanket. I'm going to do it with the blanket right now. And then we're going to come into a lunge again. So the right knee's forward of your, just slightly forward of the ankle. We want those in line. We're going to take our strap like this. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. So we're taking the left hip forward, bending deep into the right knee. And then just like we did with our ankles, we're pulling our wrists into our strap. Inhale, exhale. Now take that tailbone towards your pubic bone. Draw your navel in and up. And then we still have that hugging in action of the inner thighs. One more breath. In, release. Exhale, hug everything in. And then slowly come down. And we'll switch sides. Oh, you're back. Okay. So the right heel is going to come back on your blanket, or you can take it up the wall like this. We'll step the left foot forward. Then we'll take our hands into our strap. If you don't have a buckle, or you can always knot it, but you can reach your arms just overhead like this. Either way is fine. All right, inhale. Reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, take the tailbone toward the pubic bone. Hug in. Inhale, release. Exhale, hug everything in. Bend your front knee. Even more. Yep. I know it's easy to keep it straight. And then go ahead and come on out of that. Okay. So just step your feet together. Come back to Tadasana with no props. We use props for almost everything today. All right. So let's take our feet wide. Take your hands on your hips, lift your chest. Even here, we're going to take the tailbone toward the pubic bone. I'm going to take the belly in and up. Take an inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together. And as you exhale, hinge forward. We're coming into Prasarita. And you can take your hands down onto a block or a chair, or some of you might be able to take your hands onto your mat. Draw the kneecaps up. Really engage the quadriceps. Inhale, release. Exhale. Even here, we're hugging in, we're engaging the quads. If you want, you can walk your hands in line with your feet. Let the crown of your head come parallel to the floor. Couple more breaths like this. Inhale, release. Exhale. Engage the quads. Take your tailbone toward the pubic bone. Belly in and up. And then walk your hands back out in front. Heel your toes in a little closer to each other. And we're going to come all the way up. Step your feet together. Okay, so we're going to do some yoga push-ups. And we have done these before, I think once or twice. So some of you who haven't done it, it's the first one is they're going to be at a wall. And if you don't have a wall, I guess you can come onto your forearms on the mat. We are going to do that eventually, but let me show you what we're doing. So we're going to interlace our fingers. We're going to come to the wall with our forearms on the wall. And this is just to kind of get the breath work in, and it's also a nicer way to do it if you don't like to do it on the mat. So we're going to take an inhale and kind of release everything. And then as you exhale, press your forearms into the wall or into the mat if you're on your toes and hands. And we're spreading across the shoulders. Inhale, release. And we're working the anterior serratus right here. Inhale, release. Exhale, press the forearms, broaden across the shoulder blades. So you should feel that under there. Inhale, release. Exhale, press away. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, release. Exhale, push the forearms into the wall. Inhale, release. And one more time. Exhale, press, feel the shoulder blades pull away from each other. And then inhale, release, walk closer to the wall. And then come on down and take a child's pose. Just gonna stretch that out. You'll feel these tomorrow. Unless you did HIIT before this class and you're all warmed up. I definitely felt these when I did this earlier this week. All right, so take a couple breaths here. And then we're going to come back onto now our hands and knees. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to interlace our fingers. And you can stay here on your knees. You can still get you can still activate your anterior serratus by staying on your knees. Inhale, exhale, just like we did at the wall. Broaden across your shoulders. Inhale, release. Or you can take your toes back. Coming into forearm plank. Same thing. We inhale, rest. Exhale. Push away. Inhale, just release. Exhale. Push away. Inhale, release. Exhale. Push away. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Push away. Broaden across the shoulder blades. Inhale, release, and exhale. And then go ahead, come on back down. Take child's pose again, stretch that out. It'll feel good to take the arms out in front and kind of crawl the hands out. Feel that big stretch. You can walk your hands over to the left and take your right hand on your left. Come back to center and do that on the other side. Over to the right. All right. So come on your hands and knees. We're going to let's swing the right leg behind us. We're going to come onto our right forearm. Yeah. All right. So the right arm is going to be kind of, the wrist will be in front of the elbow. What works for your arm here the best? So we're going to actually option one. Oh, let's do it this way. I'm sorry. Stay here. I'm doing a different version. So right now we're going to be down here, right? So our knees are on top of each other. We're going to lift from the bottom hip and lower. Inhale, and as we exhale, lift. Okay, so option one, we'll do this all together in a sec. Or if you want to, you can extend your legs long. And we're going to lift and just lower halfway down. All right, so wherever you are, you can keep your hips down or extended. Let's take a breath in. And as we exhale, lift. Inhale. Just lower down halfway. Exhale, hips up. Inhale, down. Exhale, if you want to, you can now take your hand on your hip, or maybe even take your arm up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. You can always keep your hand down here. Inhale, lower. One more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, come all the way down. And let's switch sides. So start on the forearm. You can keep both knees down. You can have your hand in front of you. We're going to take a breath in. And as we exhale, we lift. Maybe take your arm up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift if you want. You can straighten your legs if you're not already there. Exhale, lower. Two more times. Inhale, or exhale, lift, sorry. Inhale, lower. One more. Exhale, lift that bottom hip. And exhale, come all the way down. All right, let's switch sides. This time we're going to come up onto our knee and onto our hand. So the right heel will be behind your knee. So this is a different variation. We're not doing side plank though. We're going to do leg circles. It's more of a Pilates move. So you can keep your hand on your hip. Maybe take your hand behind your head. And we're going to lift the left leg. And then we're going to make circles. 3 circles going towards your mat. Down. You might need to pad your knee with a blanket. And then you're going to go in the opposite direction. 1, 2, 3. And then come on down. And we'll switch sides. All right, so the left ankle's behind your knee. Your right shoulder's over your right hand. And you can keep your right hand on your hip. Or you can take your hand behind your head. So we want this leg kind of parallel with your hip. This side doesn't come up as high. And then we're going to make those circles. So 3 circles going forward. 2 nice and slow. So you're really feeling this in the gluteus medius. And then 3 circles going backwards. 2 and 3. And then come on down. Let's do that one more time on each side. So we're going to switch sides. Around the right knee. Right hand. We'll lift the left leg parallel. I know some of you love this, so you're already ahead of me. And we're going to make those circles. Nice and slow. 2, 3. We'll do 5 this time. 4, 5. Go in the opposite direction. 5, 4, 3. You can always take your hand behind your head or even on your hip. 1. And come on down. And we'll switch sides. So the left leg, right leg extends. Right hand can come onto your hip, behind your head. You're going to take it up. Probably better behind your head. Hold it here. We're going to take a breath in. Then we're going to make those circles. 5 forward. 2, 3, I feel this, 4, 5, and then backward. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then come on down. You can take child's pose. That should feel good. Here, stretch that out. Okay. Come on out onto your hands and knees. And we're just going to flip over, have a seat. Let's take our strap. We're going to lie down onto our backs. All right, we're going to do just a little bit of the hip series. So let's take this strap around the right heel. Extend the left leg long. All right. So you either have both ends. If we've been working with a loop today, you can use your loop, holding onto your loop with your right hand. Or you can just take both ends of your strap, one in one side, one in the other. Left leg's long. Take your shoulders down into your mat. Keep the chest lifted. Inhale. Exhale. Take your navel in and up. Push the right thigh bone away. Inhale. Exhale. Even here, we're going to take the tailbone toward the pubic bone. We're drawing the navel in and up, really engaging the abdominals. Inhale, release. And one more time. Exhale. Engage. And even feel that hugging in action here. And then release. We'll switch sides. So the strap's going to come around the left heel, right leg's going to go long. Both ends, one end of the strap in the right hand, one in the left if you're using your, both if you're not using a loop. Lock the shoulders down. Take that left thigh bone away. Then we take the belly button in and up. Inhale, relax. Exhale. Draw the navel in and up towards your spine. Pull down with your strap as you press into your strap, just like we did when the foot was at the wall. And then lift your chest. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Engage the abdominals. Inhale and release. All right, let's switch sides. Take your strap on the right foot, right above the heel. Left leg extends. This time we'll take both ends of the strap or our loop into our left hand. Right hand comes into your right hip crease. Inhale. Exhale, take your right heel over in line with your left shoulder. And then we're pressing the right thigh bone away. Inhale. Exhale. Press that right thigh bone away, draw your navel in and up. One more breath in. And exhale. Relax. Inhale. This time as you exhale, bring your leg up. Let's switch sides. So both ends of the strap come into your right hand. The left thumb's going to come into your left hip crease. Right leg extends nice and long. Lock that right shoulder down. Inhale. Exhale. Take that left thigh bone away from your chin. And then we take the tailbone toward the pubic bone and the belly button in and up. Inhale, release. Exhale. Press away with that left thumb. Inhale, release. One more. Exhale. Engage the abdominals. Press that left thigh away. And then inhale, release. And then switch sides. Strap comes back around the right heel, left leg goes long. This time our left hand comes under our left hip bone. Inhale. Exhale, lower your leg out. to the right. So the outer edge of your right foot comes parallel to the floor. And you can always put a block or a blanket underneath your right hip. And just like everything else, we're pulling the strap into our heel and we're pressing our heel into the strap. Pull that left hip down to the floor. Lift the chest. Inhale. Exhale. Draw the navel in and up. Inhale, release. Exhale, take your leg up. Use your core strength to bring the leg up. And we switch. Right leg goes long. Both ends of strap in the left hand. Inhale. Exhale, lower your leg out to the left. With control. Take your right hand on your right hip and pull that right hip down. Inhale. Exhale, tailbone presses up toward the pubic bone. Navel draws into the spine. Inhale, release. Exhale, pull the strap. Press into your strap. Engage the quads. The right leg is active. We still have that inner thigh rolling down toward the floor. Inhale, release. And then exhale, use your core. Bring your leg up. And then remove the strap and put it aside. And just take your legs long. Take a breath here. You can reach your arms overhead. Get a big stretch. All right, let's bend our knees. And we're going to slide the right foot over to the right. We're going to take the right knee in toward the left foot. Maybe take your left foot onto your right thigh. Check your alignment. We want to make sure the right knee is in line with the right shoulder. And that right hip will pop up. Check in. How does this feel? You can stay here or maybe reach your right arm overhead. And then take a hold of your wrist with your left thumb and forefinger. Inhale. Exhale. Release. Inhale, engage. Exhale, tailbone presses up. Navel draws in. Inhale, release. Exhale. And then release. And let's switch sides. So bring your knees back up. And we're going to slide the left leg over, left foot over. The left knee will drop in towards your right foot. And check in. Maybe stay here. Maybe take your right foot on your left thigh. So left hip pops up. And then check your alignment. We'll take our left arm overhead. Then maybe take a hold of your wrist with your right thumb and forefinger. Inhale. Release. Exhale. Draw your navel in and up. Inhale, release. Exhale, navel draws in and up. Maybe pull a little bit with the right hand. Inhale, let go. One more time. Exhale. Stretch. Maybe even slide your right heel down your leg. And inhale, release. Bring your feet back on your mat. We'll let the right knee drop out now. We're going to slide the right foot behind the left heel. Stay here with your left foot. Maybe take your left heel in front of your right shin. Or maybe you can take your left heel on top of your right thigh. Check in here. How does this feel? If it feels okay, you can reach your arms overhead. Lift the chest. Inhale, release. Exhale, engage the abdominals. Inhale, release. Exhale, navel draws in and up. Pubic bone draws up towards your belly button. and release. One more time. Exhale. Inhale, release. And let's switch sides. Left knee drops out. Your left foot comes behind your right heel. And take an option. Stay here. Right heel in front of your shin or right foot on your left thigh. And then check in with your arms. You can reach your arms overhead if you'd like. Or you can just keep your hands on your belly. Inhale. Exhale. Draw your navel in and up. So really feel the abdominals engaging even here. So we just kind of get creating kind of muscle memory here, because I do say draw your navel in and up a lot. We've really been focusing on it today. One more breath. Inhale, release. Exhale. Draw the navel in and up. And then release. Just take your legs back up so your knees are pointing up. Just take your feet out to the edges of your mat and windshield wiper your legs from side to side for a couple breaths. And then bring your knees back up. Walk your feet closer together. Now walk your heels in. And let's get a block again. We're going to take the block between our inner thighs. Take your hands down by your hips. So right now we're just going to use our hands here. All right, so we're not using the strap. We're not interlacing at this point. Right now we're going to root down, really root the soles of the feet into your mat. We're going to lift our hips up. Squeeze into your block. Inhale, release. Exhale, hug it in. Take the tailbone toward the pubic bone. So you're going to get that length through the low spine. Inhale, let it go. Just release. One more time. Exhale, hug everything in. And then come down one vertebrae at a time. And we'll put the block away. Hug your knees into your chest. Cross your right knee over your left. And we're going to hug the knees in a little bit tighter. You can hold on here, or maybe you can take your hands down to your ankles. You're going to pull the legs apart. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe you can take your legs slightly over to the left. Keep breathing. We're just starting to cool down now. And then go ahead and switch sides. So hug the knees in, yep, and then if it's comfortable, hold on to your ankles. Try to pull the legs apart. So you're feeling that in the hips. We worked a lot on the outer hips today, the outer glutes. So just stretching that out. Maybe take your legs slightly over to the right. And then bring your knees up and uncross. All right, place your feet on the floor. Take your right ankle over your left knee. Option to stay right here. Just gently press your right thigh away. Or pick up the left foot and slide your right hand through, clasping behind your left thigh. Draw the left knee towards your chin. And you can use your right elbow to gently press the right leg away. And here too, you can take your legs slightly over to the left, getting right into that gluteus maximus. And bring your legs up, uncross, and switch sides. You can always start with your right foot on the floor if that's what you want to do today. Or you pick the right foot up, slide your left hand through, draw the right knee towards your chin. Gently press the left thigh away. And then even take your right leg slightly over to the right, finding that big stretch in your glute. And breathe, inhale. Exhale. Draw the navel in and up. And then uncross. Place your feet down on the mat. Take your arms out to your side. Take your hips over to the right. And you can just take your knees over to the left, or you can cross your right leg over your left for a twist. You can always place your left hand onto your right knee as well to deepen your twist. And you can just gaze up at your ceiling. Maybe you can look over your right thumb or over your left. It doesn't really matter. Just something where your neck is not hurting. We don't want to tweak it. We just want the neck to be comfortable. And then bring your knees up. And we'll uncross and switch sides. Scoop the hips over to the left. You can just take your knees over to the right or cross the left knee over the right. Right hand come onto your left leg. A gentle twist as we start to cool down. And then slowly start to bring your legs up, uncross. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big hug. You can take your forehead to your knees, giving yourself a big hug. And then when you're ready, we'll find Shavasana. So whatever Shavasana is your favorite or is available to you today, you might want to put a sweatshirt on or find a blanket and cover up with a blanket. You can put a blanket underneath your knees. You can bend your knees and just touch your knees together. You can take your legs up onto your chair or your couch. Comfort is queen here. We want to be comfortable in our Shavasana. So you don't really want to be working. So if you're in a pose where it feels like there's some work going on, make that adjustment so that you can completely let go. And once you're there, scan your body. And just check to see if there's anything you're still holding on to. And if there is, send your breath there. And just see if you could release it. We'll release our fingers and our toes. Relax your jaw. I'm going to try not to do this while you're in Shavasana. That's when I'm blowing my nose now. Okay. And then just let everything go. Just let your entire body melt into the earth beneath you. And I'll ring the chimes 3 times when it's time to come back.
Happy New Year, Karen.
Thank you very much, Karen.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Karen.
Yeah,
Thank you.
feel better.
I should be good. It's usually just one day. It happened to be today, and I can tell I'm better than I was when I first started. So it started, the antihistamines maybe kicking in. But it's just like I said, it's usually when we get these Santa Ana days where it's just really beautiful out and it's clear and stuff blows around. And
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for many, many Saturdays this year.
Yes. Thank you.
yes, I know we've been doing this since I think June, I think was the first time. So yeah.
And thank you for all the YouTubes. I've been doing those too when I can't make it to class or do both.
That's great. Be happy
Really,
using
thank
them.
you so much.
Yeah, thank you for being available to us.
Oh,